Hi, this is Mark from AltCoin Buzz, and today we're going to try and figure out what are some of the things we can do to avoid getting involved in those shit coins that are out there. So let's see if there's a way that we can cut through some of that and avoid losing a lot of our money. Let's get started. Okay, this is pretty much the only site that you need when you're first starting out to do your own self-evaluation on a shitcoin, because it kind of gives you everything in one spot. I know a lot of people, and I started on CoinMarketCap, and I still go there every once in a while, but I like this site because it's kind of a one-stop shop. You can customize this table. We've talked about it before. It's coincheckup.com. You can customize this table, and it shows a lot of different areas that you can customize in the way that you'd like to see it. I've already customized this a little bit for myself. But you can see some of the things that you can put in here to look at. And let's just say that you're going through the coins and you're sorting through and you're looking at coins that have really popped over the last, week or 24 hours, which is not a good sign in itself. But let's just say that that's the way that you're looking at coins. Now, Selfkey just had a wallet that was released not too long ago, a couple days ago, and that's why they had this kind of activity. But I have no idea what Social Coin is. I have no idea what Whale Coin is. And one of the things that I do like, and you can see these charts, right, that, hey, Social Coin looks like it's totally screaming. So does Whale Coin. There is an algo score that's here, which I like. And the algo score gives you some information that they've done. They have a panel. Some of it's collected automatically, some of it's done by a panel. But it's all the stuff that I would normally look at individually on a coin to see if it's something that I want to be involved in. It's got stuff like, are they actively communicating on their social media stuff? Do they have a decent team behind them? And you can go in and look at it some more as well. Obviously go to their site and check out the team. But what does their advisory board look like? How much brand awareness is there out there on like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit, and those kinds of things? What do they think the product strength is like? What's the coin strength like? So there is already research that they've done, and they've given it, they've scored it, which is a good starting point if you just want to take a look on a coin to see kind of where they're at. Now, to give you an idea, if we take a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin doesn't even have a 5.0, right? So Bitcoin's at 4.3, Ethereum's at 4.15. This is based upon their scoring. You can even use those as reference points to see if it's something that you want to get into. So again, let's just say that you're going through here and you wonder what's going on. You can go to the algo score. Now here's one, now that I've resorted, let's just say Interzone, right? They've had some decent 24-hour change. Let's just go into the algo score, and you can see that they've got, all these things lined out as 0 points and some very low scores and some other things. So again, it's just a snapshot. It looks at a lot of things that I would already look at. Okay, I've added in the volume to this table now, and we're going to go back to sorting this way. Interzone, we didn't have the volume on before, and we were looking at this, right? The 82 and the set 207. One of the big things you want to look at is how much volume, total volume, are they doing in any 24-hour period. In this example, this Interzone right here that jumped up 82%, that you could look at and go, ooh, maybe this is something I want to get involved in. If you don't compare that to the volume, you could get caught with your pants down, because look at this is $540 in total volume that's happened in 24 hours to bring this coin to 82%. And that's why volume is so important. And volume goes both ways, right? It's total volume. So that's both bought and sold. It's got a low score. You could check it out on your own and see if that's something that you want to be involved in. Again, just very easy, very basic. The things that I look for are, does it have a lot of total circulation? Anything over 1 billion coins is not something that I really want to be involved in, only because it takes so long for that price of that coin to move. I want to see the total volume somewhere around $500,000 or more. That's kind of my benchmark, my threshold. I want to see it in that range. One of the other nice features about coincheckup.com that you can use is this analysis pump and dump tool that they have. And this shows us any coin that's jumped over 5% within 5 minutes. So anything that's jumped over 5% or more in 5 minutes shows up on this list. And so that could be an indication as well that you're getting involved in a coin that somebody's trying to pump and then dump. Now, you're going to have things show up in here. This is if you wanted to go the other way, and this is how to avoid shit coins, right? But if you wanted to go the other way and find coins that might be reacting well to the market, you could use this as well. Because like we know Steam, all right? Steam's been around for a while. It's a project that is a viable product, right? We've seen the use case for it. People use Steam. So why is Steam jumping up 5% over, within 5 minutes? Well, maybe something's happening right now. Maybe they released something that we should know about. Maybe this is something that we do want to jump on. Maybe the market just really likes Steam at this point in time. So there could be coins on here that NavCoin, we know what NavCoin is, right? So why are those coins jumping up all of a sudden in these big spikes? So that is another way to use this chart. This would be a way to spot some potential winners versus spotting the shit coins. And then like we've talked about before, and I'll just go into it, you want to look at the charts. So here's one that we're looking at that is this is one that you'd want to avoid. AltCoin. You've got this big spike, a huge dump, a big spike, a huge dump, all in the matter of a couple of days. You got this potential accumulation period where some folks are just accumulating some more coins before they do the pump and dump. And then you've got another spike here. So this is the kind of chart that you want to avoid. Now, this is a low volume coin, which is going to cause some of these spikes and dips like that. It doesn't take a lot to make them on this chart, but that would theoretically be exactly what you're looking for to avoid. Okay, in a pump and dump. The other thing that I would say is, and this doesn't really affect us in the United States, but for others, ICOs. ICOs seem to be the newest scam. And I think it's because there is no market history out there. It's a way that most people feel like, hey, this is easy for me to make some quick 4 or 5 or 6 times gains as soon as that coin gets released. But I would say be very careful with the ICOs. I mean, it's still, money is money, right? And an ICO is not a guaranteed 4, 5, 6x coin, even when once it's released. And if you don't get that out there and sold on some kind of a decentralized exchange right when it gets released, you could be sitting there holding your coin either at the price that you bought it at or below for a while. So it's not a guarantee. There's some things on ICOs that I would look at for, I guess if you're just starting, avoid them. There's no reason to be involved in them. There's plenty of coins out there that are doing well that are at a reasonable cost that you can get involved with. You don't need to get into an ICO. I mean, do something like a Tron or a Ripple or do Cardano right now at the price that it's at. You want to look at their white paper and see what their use case is. They don't have a good use case. There's no reason to be involved in it. There's a couple things that are also that I look for. One is if they have a white paper that's written in English and it doesn't have good grammar, I'm very suspicious. And I know that sounds prejudiced because I'm American and I speak English and that's my native language, but that is something that I'm suspicious of. If they don't have somebody on the team that can write well in English and yet they're pitching in English, then I'm suspicious of that. The other thing is, if the ICO is coming out of Russia somewhere, for whatever reason, there seems to be a lot of ICO scams coming out of Russia. I'm painting with a broad brush, but hey, at this point in time, it's my money, so I can paint with a broad brush. If that's what I'm seeing, I'm just painting it like it is. So I'm going to be very suspicious of any ICO that comes out of Russia from the get-go. It's going to have to really convince me that I should be involved. So those are a couple things on ICOs. But I guess if you're in general, if you're just getting started, just stay away from the ICOs. You don't need to be involved in them. Again, there's plenty of other projects out there that you can be involved with and make some money off of. Okay, so here's a quick recap. Make sure the coin has some decent volume in the trading. Over 500,000, again, or more is my benchmark. Look at the circulating supply. Does it have somewhere between 500 and a million? That's not a shit coin evaluation. That's just more of an evaluation on whether or not that coin can move in any price relatively quickly. Look at whether or not it has any big spikes on the chart. If you want to go into it further, does it have a decent team behind the project? Does it have some decent partnerships? So I hope this was helpful for you. Don't forget to check out AltCoin.io. This is where you can land and just find everything, right? We've got articles that get posted all the time from some very smart people. You can get to the podcast that we have going on where we do interviews. You can get to all of our social media pages really quick. It's just a great place to start. Don't forget to subscribe and like below. And until next time, may all your trades be good trades.